Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm News 2's Brendan Clark, and the debate is over. We've been talking about it all day. 2 hours and 15 minutes. The 7 candidates, the Democrats who are your hopeful nominee for president, in there debating the issues important to the low country, this state, and the nation. Hoping to get your vote here in South Carolina for that primary, which is coming up Saturday. We have team coverage coming your way over the next half hour. News 2's Hannah Powers is in downtown Charleston at the Democratic Watch Party. News 2's Danielle Hensley is outside the Gilliard Center where GOP protests took place. And News 2's Taylor Murray is live in the spin room inside the Gilliard. But before we get to them, let's take a look at some of the key moments from the debate as candidates took on the frontrunner, Senator Bernie Sanders.
But I dug in, I fought the big banks, I built the coalitions, and I won.
If you think the last 4 years has been chaotic, divisive, toxic, exhausting, imagine spending the better part of 2020 with Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump.
Bernie Sanders' analysis is right. The difference is I don't like his solutions. I don't believe that a government takeover of large parts of the economy makes any sense for working people or for families.
Walking distance here is Mother Emanuel Church. 9 people shot dead by a white supremacist. Bernie voted 5 times against the Brady bill and wanted a waiting period. No, let me finish.
Pete mentioned, I'm hearing my name mentioned a little bit tonight.
It all started off 6 against 1 there, as most of them were attacking the frontrunner, Bernie Sanders. So many issues that we talked about today: health care, Medicare for all, Russian meddling, legalizing marijuana. We also hit on racism here in America, and here's what some of the candidates had to say about that.
I've earned the vote. I've worked like the devil to earn the vote of the African-American community, not just here, but across the country. I've been coming here for years and years, creating jobs here, making sure that the port, for example, that employs 1 in 11 people, we put $500 million in our administration just into this county.
I have been working very hard. We've improved the school system for black and brown students in New York City. We've increased the jobs that are available to them. We've increased the housing that's available to them.
And I come to this with some humility because I'm conscious of the fact that there's 7 white people on this stage talking about racial justice. None of us have the experience, the lived experience.
Martin Luther King once said that we are all tied in a single garment of destiny, and that what affects one of us directly affects all of us indirectly. So when there is racism in the criminal justice system, then we need to fix it.
This is the 10th Democratic debate that's been held for this presidential cycle. And yes, the candidates did speak more on the issues, I think, this debate than some in the past. They spoke about gun violence. This, of course, right in the shadow of Mother Emanuel, site of that horrific Charleston church shooting back in 2015.
I beat the NRA twice. I got assault weapons banned. I got magazines that could not hold more than 10 rounds in them. I got them eliminated.
We need to expand background checks, end the gun show loophole, and do what the American people want, not what the NRA wants.
I have long supported the assault weapon ban. I am the author of the bill to close the boyfriend loophole that says that domestic abusers can't go out and get an AK-47.
Too much gun violence. The problem we have is that corporations have bought Washington, D.C. The gun manufacturers own the Senate of the United States. So even though more than 90% of Americans want mandatory background checks on every gun purchase, we can't get it through the Senate.